Okay. So I wanted to ask you a couple of questions. I've got the first one is, can you share with me some of the challenges that you have brought to coaching?
Oh, awesome. Yes, I believe that some of the challenges are definitely about self-defining and learning who we are as individuals. I believe that's a huge challenging piece because a lot of us live without knowing where we come from. We're not aware of our traumas and we are unsure sometimes of where we're going. We're just living in the day to day. And I think the piece about coaching, it sort of expands that. It opens that book and it breaks things down to as simple as moments where now we're more aware of who we are and why we do the things that we do. I believe that within coaching, you're truly defining and seeking who you are as individuals and as members in society. No matter what role you carry, you're gonna have a challenge. You know, you're going to face some day-to-day struggles, and you're going to come to a place where you're sort of trying to make the pieces make sense. And within coaching, you find that there is a end game to knowing what your mission in life is. It begins to open up doors, and I believe that it challenges one to say, you know what, let me open my true self, let me come as I am and allow myself to be met wherever my circumstance is at. So it believes,
Mhm.
I try to compare it with self-awareness. It challenges us to break down and say, you know what, I am only human and I am coming here with the need for help and the need to say, who am I?
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
what and that's what I'm
So I have this idea, this metaphor that I'll often use in a coaching conversation, and you touched on it. This idea that it's almost like our life is like a jigsaw puzzle, and it's a box, and we know that all the pieces are in there. We've got
Mhm.
the what might be a picture on the front, we're not 100% sure. And, so how do you assemble the jigsaw puzzle, right? And so that's one of the, I don't know, one of the metaphors that I use with coaching is we have a strategy for solving a jigsaw puzzle, and coaching has a strategy to help you
Yeah,
gain self-awareness so you can figure out who you are
yeah.
and your purpose and how to live more into that. So can you tell me maybe something specific? What is a result of coaching with me? Like, what is an outcome of your coaching with me?
Oh, for me, it was definitely digging down deep and finding that confidence with being natural, with literally coming as I was. I believe I was so concerned about what others may think and so concerned about making sure that I was getting the message out when I needed to just be natural. And coaching with you gave me confidence that I didn't know I had within myself. It was almost like practice what you preach, right? We're giving the message and we're telling others to be confident, but I didn't know where my confidence slide until you and I got to meeting and start to dive deeper in those sessions. And I felt more aware of who I was as an individual, a mom, a wife, and a coach. And that truly helped me.
That's wonderful. So what do you think it specifically makes coaching effective?
Mm, I would definitely say being you. I think that makes coaching effective. Being aware of what it is you're delivering, what it is the service you're delivering, and knowing that it works.
Mm,
So not second guessing the work, living in what you do and just being confident and standing by it. That's a 100% for me.
so being yourself, learning to be yourself, and trusting that that's enough.
Yes, yes.
So I see this in coaching conversations, right? We all, and it's not like we don't all have this same thing, this idea that somehow we're not enough. It's like it's a thought that we have. And then
Mhm.
as we start to, sort of move into that next zone, the next place of growth, then we kind of come up against that limiting thought, and then we work through it. And I think for me, coaching gives you like a dedicated space to work through that. you might be churning a thought in your head all day, every day between, driving kids to school, going to work, doing all the things that you do. But if you come to a coaching conversation, you can actually focus on it. And I really notice how it unravels so much more quickly. And I think that for me is one of the biggest places that coaching is effective, is this dedicated chunk of time where you talk about you think about yourself. When do you ever do that, right? Like, when do you ever just think about yourself? Never. You're thinking about everybody else first, right? So just to come to this place where you can think about yourself. What do you want in life? What would you like to change? What do you need to make your life even better? Yeah. So a more general question, and you've kind of touched on this, but I want to hear a little bit more. Your thoughts on the value of working with a coach. What do you think about that?
I think that it shows strength. I think that it shows strength as a professional to say, you know what? I need support. I need someone that understands what it is that I do, where I can go and allow myself to just open up and pour into them. It says that we're human and not everyone is perfect. We all need someone who can give us those motivational tips and tools to just continue to push along. And as a coach receiving coaching, I think it was one of the best decisions I could have made for myself, because yet I was sitting in front of someone virtually, but it still sometimes feels like but I'm still able to connect and allow to be met where my circumstances are, not be judged, feel human, and that no one is perfect, and that we all sometimes need to hit that reset button. So it definitely was inspirational for me, because I didn't realize how much I needed it until I actually sat with my coach. And I appreciated every moment, because it gave myself my worth and my business value.
Yeah. And just as you're talking about this, it reminds me of something that I notice a lot with coaches, is this: because we're coaches, we think that we should have all the answers for ourselves. It's like we forgot that we're human and that we still have a life. We still have all those other areas of our life that everybody else has. And truthfully, some coaches, when they come into a coaching conversation, they're almost a little embarrassed that they haven't perfected every area of their life. Well, and of course not. They're humans. We're never going to, but we forget that. And I think that, for me as a coach, when I'm working with my coach, that's one of the things that I take over. It's like, oh, right, I'm not supposed to know every single thing. That's not what this is. This is about developing as a human, right?